Hi, I'm Charlotte and I'm an English teacher from Newcastle in the north of England. I spent 4 years studying German at university in London, so as well as being an English teacher, I know what it's like to be a student too. As part of my degree, I did a year-long CELTA course, which I completed in 2013. I've got a lot of experience teaching a lot of different students from a lot of different countries, right the way from beginner orphans in Bali all the way up to really advanced adults, either already studying at a university or wanting to apply to study at a university. Most recently, I've just come back from a summer school in Frankfurt where I was teaching English to lots of different students of mixed ability and from a lot of different countries. When tutoring one-to-one, I think it's really important to listen to the student and know what they want to get out of the lesson. So whether that's pronunciation, speech, or whether it's an area of grammar, or if they just generally want to improve their all-round English knowledge, then that's cool too. My example lesson is going to be on the past continuous, which is something that I would teach to lower intermediate sort of beginners, and they should already know the present continuous, the present simple, and the past simple. So I would start the lesson by saying to them my daily routine, what I do. So every day between 7 and 7:30 p.m. I eat dinner. So yesterday at 7:15 p.m. I was eating dinner. I'd get them to repeat, I was eating dinner. So you can see they can visually see it. I was eating dinner. So was is the past simple of to be, so was, were. Eating, the present participle. I was eating dinner. So I'd get them to repeat it. You were eating dinner. Lots and lots of repetition. Another good way of showing it is on a timeline. Because it is a tense that's progressive, it's good to show on a timeline. So here's 7 p.m. Here's 7:30 p.m. I was eating dinner. So what am I doing here? I was eating dinner. 7:15 p.m. I was eating dinner. 6:30 p.m. I was not eating dinner. I was eating dinner. You were eating dinner. I then progress it, so I like to use a lot of visuals. So I was eating dinner. At 3 p.m. I was reading my book. Lots of repetition. What was I doing at 3 p.m? You were reading your book. 1 p.m. I was playing football. What was I doing at 1 p.m? You were playing football, etc. It would then progress into them telling me about their daily routine, what they were doing yesterday at 2 p.m, etc. We can ask lots of questions. And then we could say, this time last week, I was watching a film at the cinema. This time last year, I was living in Colorado. Whatever it was that they were doing. Once I felt that they were comfortable enough with the past continuous, I would then introduce the past continuous with the past simple. So I would say, I was reading my book when the phone rang. I was reading my book when the phone rang. So again, it's important to have it written out for them. So I was reading my book when the phone rang. So this is the simple past. It rang. It rang once and it was right in the middle. So it was the interruption in my progressive action. Again, another really good way of showing this would be on a timeline. So I was reading my book when the phone rang. So 3 p.m. I was reading my book. I was reading my book when the phone rang. So the X is where the phone rang. So what am I doing here? You were reading your book. What am I doing here? Probably I was talking on the telephone. Probably. So this is a good way of showing them that this is progressive. There's the interruption with the past simple. It would then sort of carry on to lots of different conversation scenarios of, I was eating my dinner when I dropped my fork, or something like that. and we could carry it on. I would ask them about what they were doing this time last year. And I think in my lessons, I like to use a lot of visuals and a lot of different ways of teaching them, a lot of repetition. And of course, a lot of positive feedback, especially with speaking. I think that's really important and really key. So yeah, thank you very much. I think that's all.